This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, we learn about the foot soldiers from Power Rangers.
And they put on the masks and the outfits and they charge the heroes.
Are you telling me that putties are temps?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And they get all these bonuses like medical
That includes dental. Yeah. And we discuss the challenges of home ownership. It's like, give up avocado and you can buy a house.
Is it that easy?
We must steal avocados from the rich.
Yes. Liberate the avocado tree. Is it from a tree? I think it is. It's a pit fruit, isn't it?
Yes. We don't even know where avocados come from.
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You're tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we talk about anime and manga and Japanese culture and Beyblades?
Beyblades?
I don't know. I'm Kyle, and Aaron and Kenny are here with me. And hooray, welcome back, Aaron.
I'm back from the Shadow Realm.
Yes.
It's not as much fun as it's cracked up to be.
He was sent there. It's more like a purple realm.
Why is everything so purple here?
Just saying.
But yes, we are back with a brand new episode, and we're going for a bit of a dive into the back catalogue this time around.
And there's plenty there, so...
Oh, yeah, there's plenty there. Now, this isn't as old as some of the things we've covered in back catalogue before. We're talking about the Ancient Magus Bride.
Oh, alternate universe Miss Kobayashi.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
No, so,
I mean, not too far off. Are they set in the same year? Is this the whole multi-anime expanded universe thing?
Are they sisters?
No, they're not. I wish that would be amazing, but so we'll be digging into that in a moment. It's good to have you back, Aaron. It's been quite a while.
I've missed you.
Yes, we have missed you very much, and we're going to be digging into this episode because we thought we'd do something after I think the last two episodes have been on films, and they've both had elements of romance and stuff which is comfy and whatnot. This time around, it's a bit more josei. This is a series which I've talked about a lot, but not on mic.
I've been pushing you guys to watch this for ages.
Yeah.
Aaron watched it last
Straight
year or
away
so.
when you told me, you were like, hey, watch this. I was like, yeah, okay, click.
See, you're reliable. Kyle, why can't you be more like him?
You know what I do for work.
Also, he's not dedicated to shaving his head.
No. But
you could shave it off and put it down on your chin, like where it has as a beard.
We can be one.
We can be one. It'd be amazing.
Family.
It's all about family. Look, if you are new to Kawaii-Fi, welcome. We are a fortnightly anime podcast, and we've also got a YouTube channel, so go check that out. We had a video come out 2 weeks ago.
Push algorithm-friendly buttons.
Yes.
See what happens.
We need subscribers. We're slowly building them up, but yeah, we've got anime videos about anime on our YouTube channel that are worth checking out as well. Also, social medias, Patreon, all that good stuff. We'll mention that later. But first things first, it's been a while, so we need to talk about what we've been watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
I have to know. Hooray, I did the thing.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru?
What we're watching.
Now, Aaron,
Yes.
you have like 8 weeks worth of what you've been watching.
Do you think there's any reception in the Shadow Realm?
No.
No, there is. It's specifically just Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's reruns.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
No. The horror.
Oh, and Mermaid Melody fan dub.
no.
That's,
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
So once you got out of the Shadow Realm, you started watching something from this season. Now, we have mentioned this before. This season isn't as jam-packed as we've seen over the past 12 months, which has meant that we've been able to catch up on a lot of stuff. But one of the ones you've been watching has I guess it kind of showcases Super Sentai a fair bit.
It really does. Like, if you're into that sort of Power Rangers, Kamen Rider sort of thing, like, this is very much up your alley. it just shows the other side of it.
Yeah.
So it's called Miss Kuroitsu from the Monster Development Department. And basically, you know how in the Super Sentai and in the Kamen Riders you get all those monsters that they have to fight and like, you know.
And some of them are really weird.
Yeah. It's
We
very
need to
Monster
create a
Boy.
new monster and send them down one by one to fight the hero.
Yes.
I miss the putties.
I mean, they also, that's a backstory in there as well. Like, because they do the masked sort of, everybody looks the same, throwaway villains, essentially.
Yeah.
And it shows that that's actually a job opportunity for a lot of people who don't have it.
Oh.
Yeah, so they just go to those companies and they put on the masks and the outfits and they charge the heroes.
Are you telling me that putties are temps?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And they get all these bonuses like medical and lunch paid for. And
That
It includes
fundamentally-
dental.
yeah. I mean, you'd need to
You
with
would,
like how
wouldn't you?
physically demanding the job is.
This is true.
But basically the main plot is it's Miss Kuroitsu from the Monster Development Department, and she has to try and follow all of upstairs directions on how to build a new monster for the hero that they're facing called Blader.
Yeah.
And you get to see a lot of the outside life of it as well. Like you see Miss Kuroitsu run into Blader
Out of outfit, yeah.
at his part-time job.
Huh.
And, you know, he's always worrying about stuff, and they give each other advice.
Oh dear.
And there's sort of like a little bit of romantic tension there.
Mm.
So it's interesting to see.
See, one of the things, because I've only watched the first episode, and one of the things I found really interesting was that in the credits, they then mentioned that everyone they've mentioned in that series, who seem like these random throwaway heroes from different regions, are all actual existing Super Sentai properties.
Yes, they are. And they have new ones in every episode, and then they
wow.
credit them in the credits.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
but I had no idea it was this big of a thing.
oh, it's huge, like unbelievably huge. It's so good. And just seeing that it gets the respect that it deserves, and seeing that other side of the story as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like it's got a lot of corporate stuff, like you have to deal with having to deal with the higher ups orders and their specific requests, and then there's also rival companies that face off against the heroes.
Oh, wow.
And so like in one of the more recent episodes, one of their friends from a different company comes in trying to brag about how good their company is, and you know their monsters are so much better, and then their manager comes down from downstairs and she's like, oh yeah, it's Premium Friday, so you guys can go home early if you want. And then she was just standing there like, what's Premium Friday? Isn't it our job to overwork ourselves and clock ourselves off in time, but still stay back so that we do better for the company, and we have to leave out the back door all burnt out? We basically have to sacrifice our entire
Commentary.
lives. Yeah. So it's really interesting to sort of see that perspective on it, because it's more than just what it's about. It's like, hey, look, this is what's happening in corporate Japan, and we need to nip it in the bud. You need to focus on yourself, because if you die doing this job, the corporation's not going to care.
No, they'll just replace.
I mean, that kind of culture has existed in Japan for a while, but we are starting to see a fair few animes about that now.
Well, it's because there's been quite a large amount of focus brought on it, both by international visitors, and this is one thing which I thought was interesting, international business partnerships. So there are, because they're looking a lot more in Western countries, so like, you know, America and Europe, onto the quality of life of their employees to improve their work, they are focusing a lot on making sure the employees are treated well. And overworking is one of the key areas that they're saying, no, you can't do that if we're going to work with you.
Yeah.
And that's it might seem like pushing your agenda on them, but it's a net positive both for the company and for the staff, because the staff will do more work during that time because they have a shorter time to do it. Whereas the issue that we've seen in a lot of assessments of the Japanese work environment is people stay back but don't do work. They just stay back to be seen.
Yeah.
Because it's expected.
Also, like, they end up falling asleep at the desk and all of that, and that scene is working hard, and it's like, it's too much if you're burning yourself out.
Yeah. So if we do have listeners in Japan, please look after yourself.
Please
Especially if you're doing the salaryman life.
Or if you're working a lot of overtime and, you know, not getting much time for yourself, make sure that you make that time for yourself. Not speaking from experience.
Say hi, Aaron.
that's
high
not-
five to overtime buddies. We're
that's not a
hypocrites.
Japan thing. That's just an everyone thing. Please,
I was gonna
everyone out
say
there, take care of yourselves.
It's definitely a millennial thing as well.
Yeah.
We've been brought up with the idea that we must work hard and we must always be working.
Because our generation's lazy, so we've got to prove otherwise.
Yes, how dare we have to work for things? You know?
Not to get all political
Not
on
to
the
get
show.
political, no. You hear it a lot in the media here, so it's always a bit of a laugh. It's like, give up avocado and you can buy a house. It's like, that's not
isn't
quite
that
right.
We must steal avocados from the rich.
Yes. Liberate the avocado tree. Is it from a tree? I think it is. It's a pit
yes.
fruit, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
Yeah.
We don't even know where avocados come
We
from.
don't even know if they're a fruit or a vegetable.
I thought they were a pizza.
What are avocados?
That's our next episode. Avocado-based animes.
No. That time I was reincarnated in another world and became an avocado farmer and could buy the whole kingdom.
Not a bad idea.
I would watch that.
I'd watch it too, yeah. But look, let's go to something a bit different because you've been reading a Korean manhwa. Is that correct, Kenny?
A Chinese
manhwa.
It turns out, which is kind of surprising given the content.
Ooh.
It is called Tamen De Gushi. It's a
Tamen De
school
Gushi.
life. It is very, very funny.
For those wondering, the actual names for everything are in the episode description. So if you're wondering what this is, go find it.
They're on the screen if you watch the YouTube video. So you guys should come and watch the YouTube video.
And give it the old thumbs up.
No, they're not anymore.
No,
They're not videos.
we should lie to them like they are.
we changed the YouTube format at the beginning of this year because I was spending almost as much time on that as doing a normal video. So it's better for us to do an actual video.
That's fair enough. But yeah, I'm absolutely lying to you. It's on the screen right now if you go to
put it on
YouTube.
the blimmin' screen now, aren't I?
I mean, you could probably just put it on the one panel and then like highlight.
And
them.
while you're
Yeah.
there, you should press that subscribe button. It's right there. See,
See the bell? Try and get the notifications too. If you get the notifications, that's even better.
see.
Wow.
Kyle has now edited in an arrow to show you where the subscribe.
No, I have not. I have not. Stop being shills. But
didn't
please
do
do like
anything.
and subscribe. All that good stuff.
But so
But yeah,
yes,
Tamen De Gushi.
it's a school life. Seems to be a lot of romance, and like one of the key romances in the first 40 chapters is between two of the girls at the school.
Oh, okay.
Like they've just met, and one of them is as awkward as it gets, just trying to talk to this girl, but comes off as like a creepy delinquent. And so this cute new blonde transfer student is just like, I'm going to avoid this person at all costs.
See, I've actually also been reading some manhwa.
Oh, do tell.
Moshi Fanren, The Last Human. It is a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, wicked.
Except the guy's a restarter. So he has he's been in the zombie apocalypse, and it's not a normal zombie apocalypse. Like the zombies evolve, they become more intelligent.
Ooh.
And it's to do with an alien virus. And it's it's very different to what I was expecting. But basically, the guy dies and reawakens in his class. So he knows what's going to happen. He knows his best friend's going to die. He knows these people from his class are going to betray them. So he grabs his best friend and goes alone. And you start learning more and more about this stuff. And he knows far too much. Like, it is a bit of a God-moddy power fantasy, but the world building was really interesting because it's all set in China. It's all in all the different prefectures, and you learn about the cities and the social demographics and stuff. Secondhand sort of information, not necessarily stuff that's going to help you if you visit, but they did a really good job of building the world.
That's good.
But yeah, I've been really surprised because I've been seeing a lot of them coming up on my feed as recommendations, going, oh, okay. Well, let's check it out and see when we can get a Western release of it, because there's a lot which are not official translated yet. They're all just fan translated.
Fair enough.
That's kind of the challenge at the moment, isn't it? Like, we know if it's a Japanese manga and it's doing well, we'll get that translation. We can go buy the physical volumes, which is fantastic. Like, as you've seen with my many volumes of Komi, and Vinland Saga and Akka and K and so on.
I don't think we can communicate on that.
No, I don't think we can. I think it's gone. But with the Chinese mangas, the manhwas, it's hard to get hold of physical copies. Unless it's in Mandarin.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we see someone like Seven Seas and so on, the other importers that are over in the States, realize that there is this interest in these series. Like Solo Leveling, prime example, just finished. Incredibly well-written story. All basically about gates opening around the world and people being given powers to
Solo
fight them.
leveling has been given a lot of attention. I hear it might be getting a full animated series.
They've
very
been talking
shortly.
about it for 3 years. There's nothing to support. Well, solo leveling for starters, Korean, South Korean. So bit of a different thing here, but it's a web manga, and getting a Western release of it tends to be more difficult. I believe solo leveling does now have a Western release, but it's slowly catching up to the web manga. So it's going to be a case for a lot of these things where your best bet might be just to look online and see if it has got an official translation. Fantastic, buy it. If not, you might have to go start searching the fan groups.
Yeah, there's always some enterprising anon out there who's done the hard yards and translated some things.
But I've gone well off topic here. Tamen De Gushi, what's it actually about?
Just doesn't really seem to be about anything. It's
Slice
just,
of life?
Yeah, slice of life, school life comedy, and with touches of romance. It's very cute.
Well, I was going to say, the first chapter you showed us is basically a girl and a guy standing in a hallway. There's two girls behind them. The girl touches the girl's butt behind her and then blames the guy and then runs, and then you see him chasing after her and her with a lunatic face. So it's like, nice.
Yeah, their whole relationship is, you get a bit of the backstory of how they met, and it's dumb and wonderful. But yeah, they have a really great dynamic where they just sort of like bully each other constantly. It's awesome.
Now, chaotic friends.
Yes. Now, the one series I have been watching this season that I haven't yet went and shared is Teasing Takagi Season 3. And you guys, everyone knows I like romance.
I was going to say, is anyone surprised?
Literally just did a video about romance.
Everyone knows that you have terrible, terrible tastes in romance.
Everyone knows I'm a soft boy and I have trash taste.
Trash as it
Trash
gets.
taste.
Is this entire episode romance except for Miss Kuroitsu?
I mean...
That's kind of romance-ish.
No. We won't be in romance in the news aside from Spice and Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll come to later.
I mean... The other thing that there's some romance in there. There's some romance.
I don't know if there's some romance in there. We'll talk about that. But yeah, Teasing Takagi Season 3, it really feels like it's gone beyond where the manga is. So we're now starting to see the developments of the relationship and feelings between Takagi and Nishikata, and that we're finally moving forward after the big climax of Season 2, which already is further than they've got in the manga.
Wow.
But which one will say, I love you first? No, wait, that's...
It's obviously going to be like Nishikata.
Oh.
It'll be Takagi pretends to say something like it, and he'll say it in response. That's the dynamic they have.
That's fair.
And it'll catch her off guard. The manga I've been reading, Takagi's gotten a lot more brazen with her affection, which is really cute.
I was going to say, isn't she quite brazen as it is?
She's gotten more. So like,
oh, jeez.
Like the TV anime is a lot more forward than she has been in the manga.
Okay.
And the manga's catching up to that, being a bit more forward. So like them going to, I had a look at the covers of the ones I've got, and I realized that some of the volumes I have are the front cover is literally the manga episode, the anime episode we've just had.
Oh wow! So
like them going to the bathhouse and so on. And I was like, oh yeah, actually, now that it's just been so long since I've read that chapter. But yeah, look, it's going along quite well. I think we are going to see at least something this season, and same thing with the manga. Something is going to happen this year, which is going to change that relationship dynamic. It has to. We've been like, I love the series. I love Yamamoto Sensei and the work he's doing on it. But we've gotten to a point now that we have the manga of them grown up as a husband and wife with a kid. We've got to now show how that happens or at least the seed of where it begins. Mm-hmm. And I think, with the amount of other mangas he's got in the works, and we've got 2 more of his series being adapted this year. We've got As Ayumi Approaches, which is it's basically Shogi Senpai is what everyone online called it originally. Basically, a girl and a guy in a shogi club. They're in love with each other. He is her kohai. He wants to confess once he beats her. She's not sure how to relay her feelings. And it goes from there, and that'll be this season. And it's going to be hilarious. Not this season, next season.
Pretty much like business as usual for that author.
Yeah. And the other one is In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki. So it's a all-girl ninja academy, basically.
Yep.
All they've been told nothing about men, haven't met any men. They're not meant to meet with men or anything like that. But Tsubaki's kind of gotten to the age where she's like, I'm starting to have these strange feelings, puberty basically. And she's, curious about why are people afraid of men? Why do I want to meet men? That sort of thing. So it's really cute, but it's mixed in with just the literally daily slice of life nuttiness of, a group of girls being silly ninjas.
Weird. All right.
Yeah.
Also, Senran Kogura.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Senran Kagura. But yeah, look, we've got like literally 9 months of his work straight on air. It's going to be great for me. So, and anyone else who's a fan of it. But yes, anyway, enough talking about that. We need to get on to what we're talking about this episode. And that's the Ancient Magus Bride.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
I think I watched that as a kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Back catalogue.
Now, Kenny, I'm going to let you take the lead on this because this is your baby. This is your darling. This is your Ancient Magus Bride.
I don't know about that, but yes, I did love this series when I first saw it. It was just unlike anything I'd ever seen, really.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Done by Wit Studios, which explains a lot. Actually, wait. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. 3-part prequel OVA was by Wit Studios, and then the anime television series was by Wit Studios. And now there's a 3-part OVA series which was released last year by Studio Kafka. I don't know who Studio Kafka is, so go figure.
I'm a big fan of fantasy and magic as far as like a good story goes. That sort of thing is my jam. I grew up with Pratchett and Tolkien. And so this is more a modern setting fantasy. But it's very heavy on sort of like the witchcraft and mysticism and sorcery. It's almost Harry Potter, except there was an actual thought behind it.
That's going to upset some people.
Oh yeah, you just caused some controversy on this now, which is a daily
You guys
thing.
should argue about it in the comments on
No,
Facebook.
I don't want to moderate
On YouTube.
that. On YouTube.
Kyle's just edited an arrow to show where you should edit.
So, just a heads up, Studio Kafka is a basically their own. I think they're connected with Twin Engine. So you know how like we see like the motorbike start scene thing. They're a production house, and then they have everyone start the engines up, motorbikes drive up, and then
Twin Engine's great. They did Dororo.
Yeah.
Did they do Redline?
No, that was much before their time.
Yeah, no, they're pretty recent in that regard.
Oh,
I wish they did Redline.
I've
That'd
got
be
something
amazing.
to show you on that matter later as well. I found the original pilot footage
Of Redline?
of Redline. When that was planned to be a series rather than a movie.
Oh, wow. I would have loved to have seen that.
Right. Okay, but so, yeah.
Ancient Magus' Bride is originally a manga series written and illustrated by Kore Yamazaki Kore. It's in Mag Garden's monthly Comic Garden magazine, and you can get it through 7 Seas Entertainment, who we mentioned a bit earlier, if you're in North America.
Now, the story is, it's a sad one in general, but the characters are just dysfunctional wrecks. It starts with Kisei. She's Chisei.
Yeah.
She has been abandoned by her parents, and everyone believes her to be a freak because she sees dead people. She sees spirits. She has the she has the mystical sight. She can see the things that others simply cannot. And frankly, it's driving her to madness because these other monsters, these like Onis and ghosts and spirits, kind of know when someone's looking at them.
And this has basically led her to be homeless. She doesn't have anyone to stay with.
Homeless and basically not really caring what happens to her. And so an opportunistic vanguard of this magical civilization comes along and says, if you're not going to have any use for you, I could sell you for parts at auction.
I know. It's such a weird...
That's one way to do it.
And so she's chained up, put on a stage, and that's when the mystical Elias comes in. He is this
7-foot-tall humanoid with an animal skull for a head.
He looks so metal. It is wonderful. So
and
yes,
then he goes chibi, and you're like, oh.
Bark, bark.
So yes, he steps up and he outbids everyone by 10 times the amount they're offering, and takes her as his apprentice at first. Takes her to his...
For like an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he admits that he would like a partner. He wants a wife. Except it's later basically shown that he has no real idea what that means.
He doesn't.
These people, like, they have not had happy, full lives like everyone else around them. They kind of don't know how to people, and so they kind of talk to each other later on and realize that they're going to have to be each other's guides.
Kenny, I think I figured out why you associate with this series so strongly.
Why is that?
So,
Why are you trying to tell me about myself?
No. Chisei is a slay beggy. A slay beggy is Manx.
Oh.
It's Manx, the Manx fairies, the little people, the beggies, the slay veggies, the ferishi. And they're a wide variety of individual mythical creatures underneath the term slay beggy, both with benevolent and malevolent fairies. And they're seen as stocky in stature and as domestic fairies who live in burrs. And they have been known to replace human babies with changelings across the British Isles and Islands and a part of the Manx mythology.
Aha.
You being Manx heritage.
Wow. Didn't
small
even
world.
figure that.
Kenny, are you a changeling?
No comment.
I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
with
with
you
you on
there.
that.
I mean,
I'm
you
okay
guys,
with this, though.
Were you
Yeah,
guys
Silver?
not telling it from the antennae and the wings?
I was going to say the hair's a giveaway. No,
Where's the silver?
straight up.
No,
Closer to
it's
God.
iron. Fairies hate iron. It's werewolves out of silver. Although if you stab anything with silver, they hate it.
Well,
Shapeshifters hate silver as well.
I was going to... silver, it's normally like silver, liquid silver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm pretty
I
sure it can be
remember
any
that.
silver.
Any silver.
I mean, generally you prefer gold.
I mean,
to
do you,
silver.
though?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've been stabbed by the gold. I'd better take this sword and then...
I'm gonna take it
limp
with
horror.
me. Ow. Ooh.
I saw a really good tweet about this whole mythology thing, and it's like, we've talked about vampires for a long time and saying the only way to kill them is like, a stake through the heart. But has anyone tried, hitting them with a rather large truck? I mean, we've come quite a long way since wooden stake.
That just isekais them to another world, and then you've just made it somebody else's problem.
Exactly, not my problem
Yeah,
anymore.
as long as it's not our problem.
Dracula wakes up, help, I have been reincarnated as a cute teenage girl in another world. Bleh.
Also, not the spicy cough. But as you mentioned, so Chisei gets bought at auction by Elias, and he seems to be closer to a demon than a human because of the way he behaves.
Demon is a strong word. This doesn't really go into the whole celestial and infernal kind of thing. It's more that he is part of the sort of the darker realm of the fairies. If you were going into the sort of the deeper stuff, he's more the Winter Court.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. The plot list they have here says he either brings her the light she desperately seeks or drowns her even deeper in ever deeper shadows in her new country of Great Britain. Because she's originally from Japan and decides to sell herself, and they fly her to Britain to this underground market. So it's...
And then he just sort of teleports to this lovely little cottage which you wouldn't associate with the man whose face is a skull.
I know, right?
Well,
And he lives in this
there's a lovely housekeeper.
Yes, he has a lovely housekeeper, a banshee.
Yeah, is it
I thought
Ruth?
she was a Selkie.
No.
Silver.
Silver.
Her name is Silky, but she is a banshee.
So Silver, Silky, a fairy landlady of the house where Elias is. Originally a banshee, she is now a silent Silky and takes care of the housekeeping duties in the household.
And she is just adorable.
She is adorable. I've never heard of the Silky term before. Brownie or Bruni, the Scots, household spirit from Scottish folklore that is said to come out at night while the owner of the houses are asleep and perform various chores and farming tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a positive, benevolent spirit.
Yeah, the fairies and fae of this are very much like kind of the Japanese demons in that there's so many different kinds of them. They're like the yokai. You can't say that, a fairy is just the little person with the little butterfly wings. No, there's dozens of types.
I mean, you have a look at all the names listed on here and all of them being from different, everyone almost has another Wikipedia link to another species or
a pair of my favorite characters
wow.
Come through later on. Titania and Oberon, originally from Shakespeare's play *Midsummer Night's Dream*. The fairy king and fairy queen.
He resembles is it a satyr or a satire?
Satyr.
Satyr. A satyr. Oh yeah, because of the satanic implication, right?
No.
Well, Christian mythology connecting them to that with the hooves and deer antlers sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes buxom woman riding a donkey.
Yep, that would be Titania.
The fairy queen. Donkeys. That's where it's at.
And it's every little bit that you're introduced to these new characters, new facets of the mythical world they're in, they use different terms, like you were saying about the whole Christian mythology. Elias has sort of like a keeper, a handler, who is a priest, because frankly, he's funny looking and lives close to humans. So like there is like a church-going organization who have like, we're going to have a priest to sort of check in on you every now and then.
And give you odd jobs to do.
But it's when he goes with them to meet the fairy king and queen, they recognize that he is in the uniform of what they call the conqueror god. Because from their point of view, that is...
This is right, yeah. Like, from historical lore...
From their point of view, yeah, that's the religion that spread most widely.
Well, you had
in that area.
You had Celtic lore, you had all other different types of laws from all the different peoples of Britain before. You had the invasion from the Nords, and then you had...
The Saxons.
And then you had the Roman religions. And it makes sense that it's all kind of... Well, that's actually really cool. So I'm a little bit behind this. I haven't finished it yet. I got about halfway through because it's 24 episodes plus OVAs. Yeah. But it's... I'm actually really tempted to read the manga.
Me too.
Instead. And the funny thing is, we've said how this is a... what do you call it? A very Josei.
Yeah.
I always say that wrong. I'm so bad with my pronunciation. Josei. It's a very Josei series, i.e. meaning, 18 plus woman. So that's the demographic. But the manga's demographic is shonen, despite the content. So, and I mean, that's not a bad thing. We've seen this before. Horimiya was listed as shonen.
Like, it's not heavy on the action. They're not like slinging spells around with their little magic wands and stuff like that. It's very more sedate. There is the sense of danger. There's the heartbreak and all that kind of stuff. But the action is more level.
It is, and it's I love the fact that there was dragons. The mythology, it was so sad.
Yeah.
But the mythology around them was so good, like episode 4 and 5.
Yeah, Aaron came to me like right after I'd suggested this to him, and it's just like, why did you do this to me, man?
Why do you choose to hurt me?
Because
I love you.
It's a good pain. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, but I did not need that.
Sorry, dude.
I mean, look, fair.
The dragon bit was lovely.
It was beautifully done. It was quite heartfelt.
One of my favorite episodes, episode number 4. I remember it because I am a huge fan of the H.P. Lovecraft horror universe, the storytelling of all these like horrible monsters. H.P. Lovecraft is the godfather of every monster.
Oh, you mean the cat one?
Yes. He wrote a book called The Cats of Ulthar. It's about this village in this far-off land, and it is illegal, punishable by death if you should so kill a cat. Now, when I first heard that, I'm like, who kills a cat? Cats are wonderful. I love cats. And so there's a whole like dark reasoning behind this.
Sorry, Dragons starts at the end of episode 2, and episode 2 introduces us to the awesome like crafter lady.
Oh yeah.
And then episode 3 is all dragons. Episode 4 and 5 are cats.
Yes. So they visit Ulthar. They visit this village, which is full of adorable talking cats. Well, they can talk to the people with the mystical sight and stuff. And it like no spoilers, but it does follow along the story as written by H.P. Lovecraft.
Quite closely.
Somewhat accurately, yes.
It's quite well done. Like, it takes a lot of...
But it's seeing like that piece of like 1920s literature as something pleasant and beautiful.
It's so shiny. I love this. No.
This is a happy place.
It's
kind of, maybe.
I mean, look, the series does a fantastic job if you're into your mythology, if you're into your occult history and stuff, or like, looking at the mythology and ideas that were around the, what would you call it? Like,
post-Middle Ages, I guess.
Post-Middle Age magic. So after the whole idea of, Arthur and, Merlin and all that.
Even around same time as that, Druidry was pretty around that point.
Actually, that's exactly the word I was looking for. Historical Druidry myths. So it's all to do with the Druidics, the contact with nature. I mean, obviously, they're going to take inspirations from different places like H.P. Lovecraft and so on. But it's fantastic to see them, taking
Oh,
all
they-
different elements and bringing it in.
They take the magic stuff from all manner of sources. There is a item that Chisei gets later on, allowing her to shapeshift. I will not say any more than that, but it is very close to some druidic magics that were spoken of at the time.
Now, something I wanted to mention as well. So, the manga's still ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this series, the animated version, ran from 2017 to 2018, 24 episodes. We've had 3 OVAs after that. We've had 3 OVAs set before it. And then there was a video which came out late last year, which appeared to be a promo for the next arc of the anime.
Yeah, so showing
It's not.
Chisei going to like the magical university and stuff. And no, it was just an animated trailer for the fact that they're making this next season of the manga. They got my hopes up so high. Visually it looks so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely buying the manga after this. I'm going shopping.
You're going shopping?
I've
Let's
spent
go shopping.
Let's go shopping,
I've
baby.
spent so much money on books lately, but I'm happy to spend some more.
I mean, look, it's nice that we're actually getting manga again because we had a shortage of it for quite a while.
Yeah, that was
Dead
nuts.
trees are always a good investment.
That feels really sad.
It was a paper shortage of all things.
Yeah, so to put this in perspective, currently on a 8.07 for the anime on my anime list with 292,000 users. The manga itself is on an 8.37. It's
Ooh.
ranked 206 and is number 139 in popularity at the moment.
That is
Really good.
significant.
It is. So it's up there, and it means it's, if this is your jam, if you're into your mythology, if you're into your occult, and
Or if you're a monster hacker.
I mean,
Am I wrong?
I can't say anything because we're PG.
We're PG,
We're
but
PG.
I'm entirely correct.
I mean, look, if that's your jam,
If
that's
your jam. We're
I
not here to
guess.
say you can't have your
Look,
jam.
I'm not going to yuck your yums.
Kids, ask your parents about Resident Evil 8.
Don't mention that at all. Look, it's worth a check out. Now, if memory serves me right, this should be on Crunchyroll, and in fact, I believe you can even watch it on My Anime List if you're a premium member of My Anime List as
Wow.
well.
Nice.
So it's a series that I think really has stood up to it's been 5 years now worth of content we've had since, 4.5. And it's still good. Powered by Crunchyroll. So sub and dub available, just not for the OVAs. But look, highly recommend watching it. It's a great ride. It hits right at the right emotions at the right times, and
it's quite comfy in bits as well.
it is. It's not Eurocamp. Like it's not that level of relaxed. Like a lot of events happen.
Yes.
And it's
Some
definitely
pretty dark
pushes it
stuff
forward.
later in the series, and the villain is, he's creepy.
And is introduced fairly early on, too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, cats?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Well,
Connected with cat story?
connected with the ending part of that, but you'll find out.
Excellent. But yes, Crunchyroll. You can also watch it on My Anime List if you're already a premium member. So check it out. It's definitely worth a watch.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
Well, we already got the controversy out the way. Thanks, Kenny.
It's what I do.
But let's get stuck straight into controversy because, Aaron,
Yes?
a certain old school franchise that many of us may have gotten out of a packet of chips is getting a series.
Yeah.
A film.
Kagu and I actually play with these fairly regularly. I got a new one recently. They're still producing new ones.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I've got a pair of mates who are well into them. Can confirm.
We're talking about Beyblade.
Let it
and
rip.
Paramount is making a film. From the makers of Transformers and National Treasure, as if that's a good thing.
I just want one scene from the anime to be adapted to the live action, and that's when Moses parts the Red Sea
With a Beyblade.
Are you kidding?
That's actually in
It's lore.
Beyblades.
It's canonical.
Look, I mean,
Oh, can you imagine?
I am not religious, but having gone through religious educations, I can see this upsetting many people of
Oh,
faith,
especially in America.
especially in America.
But come on, give me Moses parting the Red Sea with a Beyblade. That's all I want.
Look, I mean,
Oh
I
God!
want to see
let her
someone
rip.
use a Beyblade to rescue the Titanic, like alternative history at using
No.
Beyblades.
Sank the Titanic with a Beyblade.
It
wasn't an iceberg at all.
It was a Beyblade.
Skipping it across the water.
God, where has this podcast
So-
gone today?
So think about the live-action Transformers movies and make it spin.
Okay,
That's what you're getting.
I'm hoping that they're doing it in a similar manner to the original Beyblades with the bit beasts that come out of the Beyblades.
Maybe
Because that was cool. Like modern...
That would be better than just.
I hope
I
they
mean,
kind
look.
of follow Detective Pikachu's lead with this.
Yeah, actually, look.
Dragoon, what should we do? Let it rip.
I can't, but.
No, it's just Chris Pratt voices
So,
one of the Beyblades.
The latest
Help me.
latest details we have is from The Verge, which released this on the 24th, which is 2 days ago from when we're recording.
So this is fresh.
Deadline says the movie is still in early production, but the idea of a Beyblade movie has been floating around for a while. Apparently in 2015 it was reported Paramount purchased the rights to make it.
Seriously? How has this been floating around for a while? How is this not just a whim like the Angry Birds movie or something?
So it was going to be produced by Mary Parent, who worked on Pacific Rim, Detective Pikachu, and June. But now writers Neil Werdener and Gavin James have been attached to the project, along with Bruckheimer instead.
Do we know who those writers, what they've done?
I will find
Emotional damage.
Neil Wider, San Andreas 2, Now You See Me 3.
Oh no.
Okay, I think Hot Wheels?
What?
Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels?
Was there a Hot Wheels film?
No, that's
There
still
must have
coming
been.
out.
So
So is San Andreas 2 and Now You See Me 3.
Maybe
we
he's
get-
new.
Can we get a Hot Wheels Beyblade crossover movie?
I mean,
I'm here to tell you about the Hasbro initiative.
I'm here to tell you about the merchandising initiative.
Dear God.
Gavin James. It says Irish singer-songwriter Gavin Wigglesworth, known professionally as Gavin James. I don't think that's who it is. These might be two new unknowns.
Okay, but with
So-
this, we should also add, like, obviously, if you've been listening, you've paid attention, you've realized this. But Kyle, where is this being produced?
Paramount.
America.
America. So you know it's not going to be a good live action.
Is this a Netflix series?
Oh, could you imagine if it was a series?
Okay, guys. Jerome Leon Bruckheimer, American film and TV producer, active in the genres of action, drama, fantasy, sci-fi.
Well, yeah.
Some of his best-known films include Flashdance, Top Gun, The Rock, Crimson Tide, Con Air, Armageddon, Enemy of the State, Pearl Harbor, Beverly Hills Cops, Bad Boys, Pirates of the Caribbean. There's others on there like National Treasure and, Black Hawk Down, so on. But the others,
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about The Rock with Beyblades. With Sean Connery, Beyblade battling Nicolas Cage.
Oh, see, when you said The Rock, I thought you meant Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I was like,
No.
yeah, Kevin Hart's his Beyblade. They don't need to do any shape changing.
He's best known for CSI Miami, all the CSIs, Without a Trace, Cold Case, and the American version of The Amazing Race.
CSI with Beyblades.
So this guy's a big name.
Yes, but
This could
Why is
be
he doing Beyblades?
amazing or awful.
I'm going to say awful.
Kids? Could it be a kid's project? Maybe he has kids who he is 78. So
I'd
he's
say he
old
probably
enough
has
to have
great
had
grandkids.
Well, I was gonna say he's old enough to have had kids or grandkids who had Beyblades.
Yeah.
That's viable.
Come on, gritty Beyblade movie. I would also
It's
rather
the Dark
enjoy-
Knight, but Beyblades.
He also owns he's a co-founder and co-majority owner of the Seattle Kraken, a 2021 expansion team of the National Hockey League. So he's in ice hockey too.
Hockey Beyblades.
He named it the Kraken. If there is not a hockey reference in the Beyblade film where someone pucks
Okay, but there was in the anime. Like, you
Yeah.
remember the sports team?
Yeah. So straight up.
This is just a deep disturbance in the force.
Can I make one request of this movie beyond the Moses thing?
Okay.
Please.
A Crush Gear crossover.
Crush Gear.
Do you guys remember Crush Gear?
I do not remember
No.
Crush
They
Gear.
were essentially like cars with swords.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
See, I do remember growing up, like there was a wind-up car which you'd pull back, and after it hit a certain speed, the shell would pop off and there'd be a different cool car underneath.
Oh no, this is vastly different.
Vastly
Like
different.
they'd have like giant arenas and they'd pitch them in there. Like they would yeet them.
As in, like, okay, clarification. How big are these cars?
Like
Oh,
hand size.
Oh, so they were the
Huh.
directional Beyblade at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're like, spiky cars.
2001 anime.
2000. Wow, there was an anime.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's very Japanese, isn't it? If
Oh,
it's
I
if
can't
it's a
believe you guys
merchandise,
didn't miss out on Crush
I
Gear.
must
It
have
was-
missed that
Like
because
it was
2001. I was.
the intro was so memorable. Crush Gear ride, Crush Gear winning.
Was it on Cheese
Crush
TV?
Gear fight. Yeah.
I think I saw it in passing. I don't because
That's
at that
the characters.
point. Oh man, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember
it's
that.
Like, it's one of those things that's buried
No,
deep in
like,
your memory.
I
think-
definitely don't.
I think I might have been a little bit too old to be super into it at that point because I would have been about 15.
They're also making a
They're
comeback because I
14,
saw
14.
late last year that they're releasing new Crush Gears.
Oh wow!
So it wouldn't surprise me if there was a new project
new
on the
anime.
rise.
Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of old school like merchandise-based shows get revivals recently. It wouldn't surprise me, especially after the COVID downfall,
Yeah.
that in economic prosperity, that people are looking for ways to reinvigorate old things when people have disposable income again.
Fair enough. Fair
So-
enough.
All right, so look, we don't know when the Beyblade film is coming out. All we know is it's in production. That's it.
So keep an eye out and
I guess so.
expect a Beyblade
Well,
movie.
Let it
from-
rip.
Well, sure. Lack of details on it. Hard to predict whether it'll be worth a spin. Sure, it's hard to imagine how you can make a movie about top fighting interesting, but the writers won't be the first to try. Let's just hope it's better than the one commercial with a Beyblade rap song, apparently.
What?
Ooh.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
I'm finding it.
Nope,
I'm
don't.
finding
You're
that.
not doing it.
Oh no. It was a Hasbro official commercial. It was Enter Beyblade.
Do
it
you
was in
Hasbro?
2017. It's so bad.
This is how they used to yeet Crush Gears.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, this looks. Oh no. This is like
Oh,
Bad Universe Detective
wow.
Pikachu.
This is
What? No.
Nobody gets that
no.
excited over Beyblade battles, and they don't last that long. Trust me.
They don't. There's like a minute or two. Are you telling me you're gonna happily lose all your stuff? I'm gonna put this in the notes. If anyone wants to watch probably the worst commercial I've seen from the past decade, this is it. So yeah.
And we've seen a lot.
All
There's
right.
a challenge there.
Back onto real important anime news.
Oh yeah.
And Pokemon's getting a variety show. No, we do have other stuff, but I want to talk about this because this is a little bit different. So, Pokemon franchise is getting a variety show titled Pokemon Tsudoku Iku. Where are you going with Pokemon, or Pokidoku? Pokidoko for short.
Or is this just the the movie version of Pokemon Go?
No, this show focuses on travels related to Pokemon. It
No,
will
that's still Pokemon
will
Go.
The host will visit fans of the franchise from all around the world, and the show will feature a car designed after Pikachu.
The Pika
Look at
Bus.
that!
It is one of the ugliest cars I've ever
That's
seen.
the cat bus from
It's
Totoro.
the cat
but
bus from
The
Totoro.
Pika Bus is coming,
But it's
and
Pikachu.
everybody's jumping.
No
You got to
running.
San Francisco.
So, I will share this article in the details below.
Oh,
but
man.
I saw that and I literally spit my coffee out at the time. I was blown away.
it's
See,
like
this is why the YouTube videos need more attention, so that we can justify making the videos and putting
Well,
this on there.
Look, I mean, once we get the new, I'm building a new house, and the new house will have the new studio, which is a dedicated room for us to do this in it, and all my work around, voiceover and journalism, blah blah blah, and we will then start doing video versions of it, which we can then use, which
Hell
I
yeah.
think is going to be, it's worth adding it on there.
Can we call it Ghibli? The new studio.
New studio. Well,
I think there's a
I'm-
copyright
I
on
w-
that.
Well, I was going to say there's a copyright on that. So, Kenny, you and I have just constantly gone Kawaii-Fi Studio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is
Yeah.
Studio 5 at the moment. I think, considering this will be... Should we just call it Kawaii-Fi Studios?
Area 50 Kawaii.
Kawaii Studios? Hyphenated?
Yeah, I'm for whatever.
You seem really confused for a moment.
Stargate Kawaii.
Oh no! Enter a world of disappointment.
Ouch.
No. So, look, this Pokemon TV series is going to have Ryogo Matsumaru to host it, with driver Abareru-kun and navigator Shoko Nagawa. And a mystery female celebrity will join them. Now, it doesn't say who said mystery female was going to join them, if it's going to be the same presenter over and over. I'm hoping it's the voice of Pikachu.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I was going to say Misty, but Pikachu makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So, because that would work really well. Who is this?
Does she voice the bus?
All right, I've just found out who Abaru-kun is. Abaru-kun is a freestyle rapper, mountaineer, and video gamer. He has a Twitter channel, and by the looks of it, he's on Amablog. Okay, I have to.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Kyle White.
Dude looks like a comedian.
Come
he
back
looks
before
hilarious.
it's too late.
I think he's... Oh, wow. He is a massive anime fan.
Okay, come on, twist the screen.
Those are the trio of people who are going to be on it.
The guy on the right?
The guy on the right is the lead presenter.
Oh my god, he looks like Bro Krillin. He's like Brock Krillin.
I feel like I saw him on like... he looks like he could have narrated a game show before.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, he definitely has that
vibe.
energy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't see where Guy from MXC went, did we?
No one did. Because that wasn't his name. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think this is something we have to get a hold of.
This looks like it's going to be like very cute.
Yeah.
I can't say anything else beyond that. The bus is terrifying.
It is.
Yes.
Now we're gonna switch gears here, and pun not intended, but I'll take it. Fire Force has come to an end.
Yes, the manga.
So the manga has come to an end, and it kind of connects, shall we say?
We had a very spicy conversation about
We had a very spicy conversation filled with spoilers, which we're not going to divulge. But let's just say it connects to another manga anime universe.
And that brought the whole conversation of like interconnected manga universes.
I have discovered since it is directly connected and is in fact a prequel.
Whoa.
Despite what we thought, because the final pages of the manga I had a read of.
Yep.
Someone leaked them online. I'll explain afterwards, but yeah.
Wow,
so
okay.
It's confirmed?
Confirmed.
I thought this was like a confirmation like Ghibli retiring. Well, I mean, Miyazaki retiring.
Miyazaki retiring. Or coming out of retirement after 7 years of not being in retirement. Anyway, so look, it came out in Weekly Shonen magazine, so Kodansha's one. And the final page of the manga, a note from the editorial department says to look forward to Atsushi I can't word today. It's so embarrassing. Atsushi Okubo's next work.
Okay.
And he stated in May 2021 in the manga's 23rd volume, the story is in its final stage for me. I plan for this to be my last manga. So something's changed in the past 18 months to suggest he might be doing a new work, whether it's collaboratively with the group or on his own, unclear. But he did plan for this to be his final manga.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's just the, typical look forward to their next work rule that they do for anyone who finishes a manga in Kodansha.
Or if it's more the manga artists who just simply will not stop working.
Exactly.
Well, it could be similar to Tite Kubo and Burn the Witch, where he was like, this is a one-shot, that's all it is. And then at the end, they're like, oh, look forward to more. And he's like, what do you mean look forward to more? Excuse me?
Well, this is the thing, like, what was it? Domestic Yakuza husband. Husband.
Way of the House Husband.
Way of the House Husband is a...
Did you get it confused with Domestic Girlfriend?
No, I was trying to find a funny way to phrase it. I was trying to be funny.
That time I got reincarnated as a house husband.
So House Husband was originally a 6-part one-shot.
Yep.
That was done as thing, and that had insane reception. Like, everyone was like, we want more. And he went, All right.
It's hilarious.
Let's
so,
do more.
yeah.
Just a shame there's not a proper anime adaptation, because the anime that Netflix have is kind of like I guess the easiest way to explain it is a moving storybook.
Wasn't
It's
that because
still
that's how the
images.
creator wanted it to be done?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which is a bit disappointing, because I feel like the action that is shown in it would be highly entertaining in a full animated sense.
well, I'm sure there's fan animations out there, but when it comes to the end of the day, you got to respect the creator's wishes on how he wants to present his story.
Yeah, this is true, unfortunately. And that's why we ended up with what we ended up with for season 2 of Promised Neverland. It was a decision by the writer, the creator of the manga.
Oof.
Yeah, which, I'm very disappointed by, considering they created such a good thing. It's just like, are you trying to send more people to your book? Is that the aim? If you had have just done season 2 normally, you would have had everyone go, I can't wait, and buy your book. Now people have watched season 2 are going to go, I'm not reading your book.
Or just
'cause of
not
what you
do
did.
season 2.
Yeah. But, so look, that's done, Fire Force, which, it was very interesting.
It was fun to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it myself, and I like fire, so...
Whoa!
What? That's my name on everything.
Yeah,
if you're
this
in the
is true.
Discord,
Yeah.
you'll see me. I'm fire.
Aaron's under fire. So
No, I'm on fire.
you're on fire. But look, it's if you want to go and check it out, Kodansha International have it in English, and look, I'm going to go back and watch it now that it's done, because I'm been putting it off because I wanted to see how the final chapters would be received.
Yeah.
Considering there'd been some questions around how it was going to end.
Well, the animation was always beautiful.
Oh, animation was stunning.
The soundtrack and the OPs and EDs were always just...
Oh,
Yeah, but don't play them anywhere, because you'll get copyright strike to buggery by Sony.
Are you speaking from experience there,
Yes,
Kyle?
I am, because Sony doesn't understand fair use.
I
They-
was going to say, it's
because-
not parody.
Well, the irony that Japan breached copyright laws for like 50 years, and now that they've put their own copyright laws in place, they don't understand fair use for commentary or for discussion purposes, and then just copyright strike everyone. And because of that, Toei has gotten in trouble.
Ooh.
So there's a guy on YouTube who does anime reviews and whatnot, and he did a lot of stuff around Dragon Ball, explaining the lore, the mythology, and so on.
Fair enough.
Toei went and market banned all of his videos. He took it to YouTube to contest it because fair use.
Yeah.
They then ignored and rejected everything instead of going through the proper channels. If they had have left it, his channel probably would have got taken down. But because they jumped the gun, YouTube sided with him.
Nice.
Ooh.
So all those videos can still be monetized and played, just the rule being not in the country of Japan. So, and
Good
look,
guy, YouTube.
well, I think he was in Ireland.
That's rare.
Yes, it was Ireland. I was reading up on it the other day. I was like, wow, that's nice. Can someone do the same to Sony? Because it's ridiculous. Like, you put literally a screenshot of the Chica dance from Love is War on YouTube, you'll get copyright hit.
That's disgusting.
It's so bad. And when we did the Anime Awards, I couldn't put it on YouTube because we showed small samples of music to explain this is the song we're talking about.
Yep.
They striked every single one. They were like 10-second clips, and it's for the purpose of commentary and discussion, and therefore underneath fair use.
For them, that's a profit. So.
But their rule for fair use, they don't have a fair use rule.
Dicks.
They don't understand how it works. So, yeah, it's a big problem that YouTube's now going to have to deal with because, it's not ideal. But anyway, well off topic as always. Now, animes. We have got several new animes in the works. Spice and Wolf is getting a new anime series.
Wow, really? Last Spice and Wolf was
2009.
a decade ago.
2009.
I was a young man.
Yes. So there's 2008, 2009. There has since been multiple CG and VR games. The series is currently celebrating its 15th anniversary, and the announcement does not specify when the anime is a sequel, remake, or original work. So this is the important thing. We do not know if this is a direct continuation or if more of the story is being adapted. Because, look...
It's a chibi school life. It's Isekai Quartet, but...
The series is... the manga's still going. Like, we're at 23, 24 volumes now.
Dang.
So, it's still got legs. So there's definitely plenty of material for them to adapt. I'm hoping they do continue it. They did bring in the original voices for when they did the games, and that was only 2-3 years ago. So hopefully they will return the original cast and do a full series. And look, if they did, this would go gangbusters. It's huge in Japan. Just on Japan's shores, it's a no-brainer. You'd make money from this because it's been over a decade. Just like how we're seeing Working. Is it Working? Or Devil is a Part-Timer is getting a sequel.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't be surprised if Working got one as well.
Oh, look, Working's got 4 seasons technically. So because you got Working 1, 2, 3, and then WWW Working, which is the spin-off.
Working.
It's an internet thing. Yeah. So look,
Ghosts.
it's based on just to clarify, not mangas, novels. So they're a novel series. So 24th novel is due next coming months. He's also got a spin-off series, Wolf and Parchment, the New Theory Spice and Wolf, which started in April 2016. Yen Press is releasing all these in English. So it's look, if you like Spice and Wolf, there's no shortage of the stuff, which is good, and we should hopefully know more about it soon. Because so I still love the fact that they went, we're going to do a new Spice and Wolf project. And everyone went, oh my God, yes. And they went, it's a VR game. It's for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. And, that'll come out in 2019. We kickstarted it. And then 2020 also kickstarted again and immediately was like, boom, done. Same thing happened with Teasing Master Takagi. There's an ASMR VR game where Takagi teases you.
I could not do that.
No, it's a bit much. So, moving on, Nier, the video game franchise by Square Enix and Platinum Games.
Oh, with 2B?
Yep,
or
2B.
Not 2B?
2A. I keep remembering.
That is the question.
9S and A2.
Well, it is more noble to suffer the slings.
So the Aniplex.
I don't reckon he got it.
No.
I don't think he did either.
I'm tired. Aniplex, which is owned by Sony, have announced that a teaser trailer for the Nier Automata 5th anniversary live stream that was last week. That Square Enix and Platinum Games' Nier Automata story, so not any of the other Niers, Nier Automata specifically,
the big one,
is inspiring a TV anime. Now, here's the thing. If it's Sony and it's Aniplex, that means it's one of two teams doing it. A1 or Cloverworks. And never would I have said this before, but I hope it's A1.
Yeah.
Just because of the issues Cloverworks has had with consistency lately. So we don't have a release date. We don't have details on if it's going to be adapting the game story, a different story, anything else. If it may perhaps be a prequel story to what's going on in the game. That'd be really cool, I think. Like explaining how the world ended up that way.
I mean, it might just be a telling of the game's story so that people who don't have the time to play the game can watch it and enjoy it.
I mean, I still haven't finished it.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm like with its open world games, it's problematic. I want to do everything.
Oh yeah, trust it. I just got Elden Ring and that's going to be my whole year.
Well, look, the thing with video games as a storytelling medium is it's the only one that will stop you from progressing in the story if it doesn't think you're good enough. Books you can keep reading, shows you can keep watching.
This is true.
But a game will test you. And so if you're one of those people that just can't make it past that bit, like, it doesn't mean you deserve to be locked out of the story by any means.
Which is why a lot more games are introducing story modes.
Yes, and like a lot more easier difficulties.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's I can't remember what.
And
game
there's absolutely
it was.
no shame in that sort of thing. Play how you like.
Exactly, and as long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. Don't
It
listen
is.
to what anybody else says.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
And especially if you're a VTuber and have to do comedy at the same time.
Oh my god!
Like, don't listen to the fans when they're like, "Oh, easy mode, I can play it on hard mode." It's like, yeah, but you're not trying to do a show at the same time.
You're not trying to entertain people.
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
sit back down.
like, just go. No,
Take a seat.
Give me your money, simp, and then sit down.
But yes, so that's we don't have a release date for that. But if it's now in production, the only thing they have is that initial artwork piece, which I think you guys have seen before as
indeed.
well.
Yeah. Leggy.
Yes, it's very hand drawn, traditional. Artwork style as you would expect from like a rough draft of like an animation cell. And from that suggests there isn't much to go on because all they've done for the video is talk about the game and it only goes for about a minute and then it shows that with different backgrounds. So that artwork. So they haven't started clearly.
Somebody got drunk at the bar, drew that, and went, "Ha! Wouldn't it be funny if we just messed with them?"
Half-Life 3 confirmed. Oh dear, I really hope not. And one last thing I want to mention, Troika and DMM Pictures have revealed Shinobi no Itoki, A Moment of Shinobi. It looks cyberpunky as heck. This is a new original anime.
That's Ghost in the Shell.
It's Ghost in the Shell, but she looks like she has one leg. So this is we have no synopsis, there's no cast, there's no anything attached to this. We just know it's due this year.
Beyond this picture?
No. Well, there's a website with this picture.
Is she an elf? Because she looks Legolas.
Oh, he went there.
Oh.
No. So, look, this
you have lost privileges to something.
So
I'll figure out later. Oxygen privileges.
Just to put this in perspective, DMM Pictures and Troika you will not know of. They are quite supportive studios.
Yeah, I've heard of Troika. I'm not sure where though.
Let me
Gears of War. No. No, I know there is a studio, but
No, that's Trachea.
No. Troika is a Japanese animation studio founded by former AIC classic producer Nagano Toshiyuki and photography director Kato Tomonobu and anime director Aoki Ai in 2013. Now, they
I know I've seen something by them.
Laundry list of series where they've been involved. However, they've never been the lead production group.
So this is their big step off.
So Aldnoah Zero, original work co-produced with A1 Pictures. Beautiful Bones, Sakurako's Investigation, which was based on a light novel series. I don't believe that was solely them. Recreators, which was 2017. Idolish 7, they were doing that with Bandai Namco as well. Bloom Into You, Case File of Lord Emilio Il Rail Zeppelin, Gross and Note. Yeah. Idolish 7, second and third beat, and obviously now Shinobi no Itoki. So they've got a very narrow, I guess you could say, history. Troika obviously being team of 3. But yeah, go figure. DMM Pictures have been involved in like all sorts of stuff. Once again, not as a lead one, mostly in the distribution component of stuff. So production of After the Rain, Anime Guitarist, Blue Period, Blue Refraction Ray, Case File number 221, Kabukicho, Domestic Girlfriend, Farewell My Dear Kramer, Fire Force 1 and 2, Grand Belm, Great Jahi. List goes on, but none of these were they the original planning group. None of these were they the writers, creators, or head production company. They were just involved in it. This is the first time either of these companies have stepped out on their own as a lead part, and this is a joint agreement between DMM and Troika to create this. And it looks to be I guess you could say, cyberpunky ninja noir story by the look of that picture.
All right.
And, you know, the girl's got literally one leg. Like, so yeah, the helmet kind of reminds me of the Nerve Gear.
Oh, it's a helmet, not hair.
Well, that is hair out from underneath the helmet.
That looks like tentacle hair.
Because it looked like Mage's hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well from like Ghost in the Shell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have no synopsis. No one's been cast, or if they have, it's not public. So this is being kept very hush-hush. So we have no idea where this will end up.
We will keep you all updated on that.
Because look, if this is like a new cyberpunk series, especially if they go down that synthwave track, which you know I love,
and glitches,
I'm there. I'm so there. It's not funny. But look, that's pretty much the anime news. We've done a lot of anime news this week, actually, a lot more than usual. So apologies if it did drag on a little bit. But that brings us to the end of the show.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Welcome back, Aaron.
Welcome back, Aaron. We have missed you.
See, I'm so glad that the listeners don't get to hear the in-between parts where I just tell the worst puns.
I wouldn't even say that was a pun.
That was a nun.
It was just a butt joke. It was just a butt joke.
None but.
Just a butt joke.
Hey, look, it cracked you guys up.
You've got a lot of cheek.
Well done. Well, if you want more of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button or make sure you're following us in whatever your podcasting platform of choice is.
Come subscribe to us on Patreon. We say just
Oh,
weird
no.
stuff.
Now, on that note, we do have to thank our Patreon supporters. They keep us running and supply us coffee, basically. But if you would like more of our madness and particularly the outtakes, but we have what we call the pre-show, which is us talking trash while I get everything set up and working. Check it out. This time it was about things.
Craft dinner.
Craft dinner.
Yes.
And Beyblades. Craft dinner, Beyblades, and all sorts of other mess.
Also, comment below if you want Aaron to have his own stand-up comedy show. Come on, I need to support you guys.
Now, obviously, we'll have another episode in 2 weeks' time.
Found.
We haven't chosen our topics yet because it's just been a bit mad. But I think, do we want to do another back catalogue?
I'm happy doing a back catalogue.
Back catalogue's always fun.
I think we'll do another back catalogue. We'll find something interesting that's worth checking out that's at least a few years old. We could even go hell retro.
Ooh.
Do we want to do a retro classic?
Retro wave?
Pre-2000?
Let's go full retro.
Let's go full... Next episode, retro classic.
Deep dive.
Deep dive. It's going to be fun.
Crush gear.
It's 2001. It just misses the cutoff.
Dang it.
We'll find something that's been on...
Wait, isn't retro more than 20 years?
I think we
God.
did... Well, retro's more than 20 years, but we said
Yeah,
the cutoff was 2000.
2001
So anything
is now
before
retro.
2000... Well, no, not for us. Anything before 2000. I think it's still, like, look.
90s isn't retro. I'm still a young boy.
Hang on. 2001 anime. Let's have a look here. Fruits Basket.
Yay.
Beyblade. Wow, actually, 2001 wasn't too bad of a year. Actually, there's Galaxy Angel, Digimon Tamers, Noir. Which I think we've talked about in the past. There's, oh man, there's some funny stuff in here, actually.
We should, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
2001 anime.
2001 anime, wow. Gene Shaft. Oh, that's going back. Sorry, I'm distracted. I now have things to go and find.
Yeah, there's the closing
Kyle's
music,
living
man.
through his childhood again.
Yeah, I'm old. I've got a crane. I've got a, what is it, cane. I'm walking down.
I've got a crane. Ah, my eye.
I've got a crane. It's full of renewable energy, which doesn't work.
That's another.
That's a whole other kettle of fish. Look, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much for listening. If you did enjoy what you've heard, make sure you subscribed and join us over on our social media as well, where we share anime news and memes and anything else that comes up. I think I'm going to have to start doing house build information to show the progress of the studio because the slab's down now.
Yay, slab party.
Brickies in the next couple of months, hopefully. Yeah, that's everything. So until next time,
watch some anime!
Love you guys.